know the Elumelu and the Babalola, they are all friends with the government.
So Barrister Darlington, again, what does it mean to the image of Nigeria and Nigerians? Generally.
It's battered.
Oh, that is the image you don't pop inside.
I'm telling you, because investors will say, oh, so this is the judiciary. What if I have a case with federal government of Nigeria or any Nigerian businessman when I'm doing business? So this is how they will judge it. The book have sold like wildfire.
So the labels of our present heroes may be in vain.
It's already in vain. So that's why I was telling you that nobody's marketing anything. In fact, before you can even be a chief marketer in any company, you must be clean. You must be clean. The person that is marketing, is he clean? Precious, is he clean? So that's
supposed to answer you.
Just yesterday, this one happened yesterday. And of course, the rest is history. What this man said is an eye-opener.
Welcome to Precious in TV. My Bello is sweet me. They tutoring me as I can't show on her face again because you don't see well. Almost 2 weeks and I never show for another month. Hi, I'm Miss Daisha. So I've been given a scoop. Say I go interview a sitting governor, right? Watch out for that interview. Guess who the person I went to interview is? If you guess the person right, my body they do me, I feel just send you money. So just guess. Just guess the person. If you get that right, I will just send you money for your account. Well, this is Precious in TV, and of course, I hear now they bring down some things that will be very important to us for inside our country. And the first topic we get today to use put mouth inside. Now, as it concerns the arrest and the arraignments, and the trial of the bail application of Dele Farotimi, make I call him Barrister Dele Farotimi, we concerning the case between him and Babalola. That means what, because I see they like this, Nigerians, the para. What is going on here? Excuse me, my lord. Because if you hear the scope of this matter, will be the main gong will happen between this Babalola and Dele Farotimi, you go wonder. But the one we come make people para where make people say they go protest. Now as they carry handcuff put up for hand, you just come out. Handcuff. Hey! People talk say for Ekiti law, say libel abina, what did they call them? Abina defamation no be criminal offense. You know they criminal yet. So if you know they criminal, then why you can't handcuff person where you be say you carry to come courts to come defend yourself for libel after you first of all don't lock them up. Well, Barrister Darlington, you there already, Joe. Make I no go talk far, beg. Barrister Darlington, make we begin chronicle this matter because I won't make you give people scoop of those things where they inside Dele Farotimi book where Pepe Babalola. You understand? Because people get to understand. Some people talk say it get to do with some kind land matter, no land matter. As it take be somebody can't go for back. Go corner Supreme Court and then go corner Supreme Court. Later they can't go back. Make Supreme Court corner what's in the corner again. All of those kind of talk there. And so you get the scope now. So I feel like we could enlighten Nigerians because the work what they do now to the open people eyes, make them know the things that when they happen for their country. Barrister Darlington, sir.
Yeah, Precious, you are welcome. What happened is this. What is going on with Dele Farotimi? Is an orchestrated manipulations of the states because of the criticism of that man. There is nothing more. In the beginning, a petition was written against the Dele to Zone 2 on the 11th of November. He went to go and answer the petition. He was invited. He came to Zone 2 on the 11th. On the 13th, he went to answer the petition. When he went there, he read it and he was even angry that somebody brought such rubbish
to come give them. You know, I say talk this one for the video where he said he do say.
Exactly. He said that he now discovered that it was one Tony Elumelu who wrote that petition.
Now the original Tony Elumelu have been in counterparts.
That the original Tony Elumelu, no other person.
So what's the concern Tony Elumelu with him now?
He said somebody asked him.
That is Dele Farotimi.
Yes, that if he think Tony Elumelu will leave APC and vote for Peter Obi in 2027. Dele now said, how can that happen? That how can Tony Elumelu leave those who gave him food and vote for Peter Obi? That as far as is concerned, that Tony Elumelu is an impoverished rich man. That was the matter. He even interpreted it in Yoruba. That was
so maybe wetin make you talk this one as speaking to the existing relationship wey Tony Elumelu and Tinubu bin don get before.
Good.
Because some people wey know that relationship go know that relationship, but we no talk about am here.
Exactly. So it was on that basis that Tony Elumelu wrote that petition because he called him an impoverished rich man, and other things he said that. Tony is always traveling with Tinubu, that he came back from France with Tinubu.
Yes.
This and that.
He even go China that time. Even I say
so
go China.
He's always going with Tinubu. Maybe there is a business relationship and all that. So maybe these are the things that angered Tony. And he decided to write that petition. Now, when he answered that petition, they now said, okay, you go on bail. He said no. That that is rubbish. That he's going to stay here. If they have anything against, they should take him to court. He's not going to be granted any bail or whatever.
That is him. He
was telling them at zone 2. At the point, the IPO said, okay, let's go and meet the AIG. They went to the AIG office. It was at the AIG office that now Dele saw the person who wrote the petition on behalf of
Tony Elumelu,
one lawyer. The AIG now asked the lawyer, did you have the authority of Tony Elumelu to write the petition? The lawyer said yes. They said, okay, no problem. They now said, what's it called now? The AIG now said, then they should make peace and all that. At that point, they now said Tony should go. The IPO said, no, let us ask Tony Elumelu whether he want the matter to be taken to court. Listen very well, though. It was at this point that Dele Farotimi got angry. Say, how can you ask a private citizen whether to take a matter to court? He was so angry.
But why IPO gets to the ask that kind of question?
When people have been compromised, pressure. Look, I will tell you. If I tell you the real story that goes on in police station, you'll be shocked. Even there are some things their lower officer used to do that their ogas don't know. Until the matter gets to their office, they won't know what has gone below. Especially these IPOs. They will do and undo them the moment you grease their palms. I'm telling you. So at that point, Dele said no, he will not accept it. The AIG now intervened and said, look, you know Dele, whenever you need him, you can bring him. There's no need for all this bail or no bail. It was at that point that Dele now left. They said you should come back the following week, Thursday, of which he agreed. That week, they started trailing him. From that police station, when he now came, it was at that point that he now started hearing rumors, his own informants were telling him, look, they are trailing you from Ekiti. These people are around, they want to.
But the Tony Elumelu case now,
I am coming. That one is a civil matter.
Yes.
Good. Now, when they started telling, they were now, Dele was now asking, what did I do that, what did I have to do with Ekiti? It was at that point that they told him that a matter has already been filed, fraudulently filed against him in one Ekiti magistrate court. And that they are looking for him to bring him to court because after 3 court appearances, they did not see him.
Meanwhile, they serve him without telling him. They did not even know.
They did not even serve him.
Hey! So they don't serve him at all for case. Then how they expect for him to come when they say they sit or hear the case without him being there?
Let me tell you what happens. Whenever you refuse to appear in court, the court will issue substituted service. That means they will go and paste it in front of your house and then take the picture as evidence that they have served you. That's if they cannot reach you. So you can no longer say you did not see that thing. So I am suspecting that what they did, they went to one house, put the thing there, take the picture, go and show the judge. Meanwhile, that place is not Dele's house or his office. You see now, that was why the judge had to issue that bench warrant, because he or she had been misled into believing that they don't want to appear in court.
So that means
it was at that point that this thing entered into criminality.
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, you could get and clear.
So
that means at the end of the day, or with this small one we don't expose now, it means say the court was also used against a citizen, which is what Dele exposed in that his book, wey cause problem.
Exactly. I'm coming because the court may not have known. Like from what I'm telling you now, it is possible that the judge didn't know what these policemen were doing. I don't give you an instance now because I don't see why Dele will not appear in court anywhere if he's properly served. And that was what he said. Nobody served him. So what they did, they didn't even know that there was a case, arrest instituted against him in any Ekiti court. He didn't even know. It was at that point that they started trailing him, and then pick him up and adopted and took him to Ekiti. That was where the criminality comes in. It was at that point that the Dele now knew that there is a case against him in court. Because
the court see say or think say he run away from court case.
Because that's the only time you will be a bench warrant will be issued against you.
Okay.
When you refuse to appear in court.
Okay. So Barrister Darlington, we could go to the crux of the matter. That thing we be saying do to affect Babalola when they vex and we make a contact say
book when he writes.
When he writes, yes.
Book when he writes.
We don't become bestseller now.
The book don't come out 5 months ago.
Yes.
It was not even yesterday or last week. So the question is, at what point did the arrest discover what was in that book? And at what point did it become a criminal offense? Because under Lagos state law, where Dele is staying, where he's living, defamation of character is no longer a criminal offense. It's a civil matter that you ought to go to court. If you have evidence that somebody has defamed you in any way or form, you go and file a matter against that person in court. You don't even need police to get involved. For what? What are they coming to do? So all these things that they are doing now is simply for one reason. They want to humiliate Dele Farotimi.
To show and pepper.
Yes.
As you get mine, go write book, put something. But that matter will be saying right because people they talk say, oh, say keyboard warrior, say this one serve an example. As example, and I go come they type anything anyhow. More than know say from now, anything one at type, when I go they liable to rank because they feel calling for court. But Barrister Darlington, one thing they catch it because for that section of the book when write those things. He write am like say now something wey transfer between him and Babalola and a court case wey be say he get evidence to and wey he know well.
Yes.
So anything dey wrong for somebody to write out of his experience.
You see, even in the petition Are wrote, he chronicled page by page, paragraph by paragraph, all those sections that Dele used to indict him. If you see his petition, he was even the one that even made the thing more exposed. The petition he wrote to the police. Ordinarily, this he just made it a criminal matter. Otherwise, it was never a criminal matter and it cannot be. By the time they begin to pieces the matter now and all that, somebody will realize that this is not a criminal matter. But both Are and the police are making it look like a criminal. That's why the criminal defamation of character. Criminal defamation of character. Again, because Dele knew what was going on, he made a press conference a day before he was arrested. Everything he said is what later came out to play. Everything he said, all the things that police were doing, he said it before he was arrested. Now listen very well. When he was taken to court, they said they will remind him until 10th of December,
yes,
which is tomorrow.
Yes.
And now, on the 9th, they have given him bail already.
Yes, 50 million naira.
Yeah, 50 million naira.
And then 15 worth of money, and 50 million naira worth of property.
Now, let me ask you. Is it not the court that said he will remain in custody for 10 days? How come the same court now brought it lower and said 9?
So that means the court again don't prove say there's some sort of corruption inside them.
Good, because that means something is going on. It's either somebody is becoming jittery or the court is beginning to feel ashamed that they have done the wrong thing. Remember, Dele wrote a petition to all the agencies, the Police Service Commission, the Attorney General Federation, every other body that is involved, even the IGP. he wrote petition again telling them what was going on and how police and the court had been compromised because of him. He wrote petition. So this is now they have gotten to a level now, and people are beginning to make phone call and ask questions. That was why I suspect that the court had to bring this thing down. Instead of on the 10th, they now say on the 9th. Are you getting what I'm saying? In the first place, this thing is a civil matter. He ought to be given bail that day that you came to court. Why do you want to remind him? And now when you are bringing him to court, you handcuff him like you handcuff a criminal. You see where they are making this thing look like a very serious issue. Just to humiliate the man.
So what will be the worst thing will fit happen for this case now as it be? He go supply, he go meet the bail condition, he go get bail, he go and you know say the thing like Ekiti State. So that means I want to stress and making it from here they go for hearing for Ekiti State because they don't adjourn the next hearing till 20 January. Yes. See how they even post the hearing go far First of all, other cases they say so wey be say they never hear say so. Then rush to arraign am, rush to hear am, rush to detain am, remand am for prison. Then come reach one e be say they'll talk about in bail condition. They don't post am so that if you no fit meet in bail condition, e go dey there till January. Now to get person wey get land up to 50 million naira for Ekiti State, e dey easy. That person fit still no be person wey dey connected to power and wey fit no one meet up the bail condition for on behalf of Dele Farotimi, make you no offend somebody like Babalola.
No, the thing is that you see, I know I don't want to make that revelation here. Most of the things you see that they say what land or what is on paper.
Okay.
In reality, the court will not go to inspect the land.
Okay, whether the land reach the level of money.
And in fact, you can use up to 3 landed property to do surety.
Okay.
In the same court. Okay. It doesn't matter. It is only when the person jump bail. Now the court goes, okay, where the money where you take I bring it. And you not see the defendant. Or you come and bring the money. You know what happened with Nnamdi Kanu?
Yes. And Abaribe.
Good. So that is what happened. But in this particular case, I am wondering, why do they want to humiliate Dele Farotimi like this?
Because so now this one have to show us an example so that next time people no go there right anyhow.
Exactly, because whether you like it or not, this thing is a civil matter.
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, let's even forget about the civil matter, right? As a lawyer, will you be and Farotimi na a lawyer, Afe Babalola na lawyer way too. So, is there anything where they wrong and the book where Farotimi write and based on your experience where you get with Afe Babalola. So anything they wrong with writing about your experience?
No, nothing wrong. It's just that in Nigeria, nobody wants to hear the truth. You remember one journalist in Ghana called Anas. That journalist single-handedly brought down the entire Ghana judiciary. Nobody did anything. The president then, I think that was Mahama. He looked at and saw what this man was. And in fact, he started a reform in the Ghana judiciary. If we have somebody in Nigeria who want to do like this, please, what is wrong with there? Every one of them have accepted that the judiciary is corrupt. The last 2 CJN, before they left office, during their validation speech, they mentioned that the judiciary is corrupt. They said it. Was it there that said it? The answer is no. I'm talking about CJN. You have seen how the appeal court judges, Mensa or who, she has been complaining how judiciary are harassing them to the extent that the remaining electoral cases, she had to bring it to Lagos and Abuja because they said the governors and who other politicians are disturbing them in the state where these matters are being had. Is that not true? Is that not corruption? So what is that thing that Dele said that is very strange to everybody? You see, it is Are that is making this thing look. In fact, Are have exposed himself. Because those who know are going to raise issues. Those who will come in the aid of Farotimi, they are many. Even though both of them are sons. You know of many other sons who have suffered the same fate like Dele in our courts. Our judiciary is so corrupt that you don't even know when a case is being won and when it is being lost. You don't know.
So looking at that thing we make just before we close up, that thing we make Farotimi write this matter where you talk about how a case news finish for inside court already for the Supreme Court give judgment, they can't go back to revisit the court. Now people come and talk say wait what's it they call them? Imo State case.
Yes,
they will be say they don't
exactly,
when they no go back to.
Uh-huh.
And other cases there for Supreme Court, people will feel say you're unfair and unjust. When Supreme Court themselves never call themselves back to revisit. So why that one when concern after Babalola, the one when we say they go go back, go revisit another? What's the important? So does it speak to the same corruption when we say Farotimi they try expose?
Remember a lawyer, another erudite lawyer, Chief Michael Zuckerman, SA2. He went back to that Imo judgment and told the Supreme Court that look, these are the loopholes in that case which you ought to revisit. For saying that alone, they fined him 40 million naira. Without even looking at what the man is pointing at. You know very well that under their rule, Supreme Court rule 22, they have the capacity, they have the authority, they have the free hand to revisit their judgment or even call for more evidence. Even that Supreme Court, they don't need more evidence. But the law is there in the Supreme Court ruling, Supreme Court rule 22, that they can admit fresh evidence if it can help the case. So in the case of Atiku and
Tinubu, you saw what happened. When they say they don't admit the evidence because it come late, it don't get too far.
It's not
they even talk and say even though say they don't admit evidence like this before, but say this one dey late. Meaning say they don't even refute the fact say it don't happen before.
So that will tell you that it is when they look at your case and your capacity to do certain things. Then that thing that they say they will not do, they will do it.
So that means does this end the question, Nana? Is still they talk about the same corruption we make Farotimi right waiting in
Of course. In fact, there are many Farotimis who are going to join it.
So Barrister Danielson, what's in this Farotimi case now teach us? Say as e be say the case wey make am go court na to talk about injustice and corruption for inside the judicial system. And the way they use the following matter. Come they like say, you see they look at the injustice and corruption with the judiciary and our judicial system and
the same thing he's talking about is what you are now using against
so him. That means they're proving him right.
Right.
Hey.
That is it.
So they prove right. Say what he right
and true. Yeah.
Okay, we corrupt with our full chest.
Exactly.
What if he do?
Exactly.
What if he do? We corrupt.
How can you take a man to court for a matter you did not notify him? You did not serve him. I am telling you that you see this particular matter now, this fraudulent charge against him is a different matter entirely. By the time, because the court will tell you where they served him that made him not to come to court, and then that made him to come and adopt him and make the matter look like a criminal case. It's a different point. So these are the things we are talking about. Maybe the court is not seeing it and the man who is there now may be jittery.
So Barrister Danielson, what does this mean to the because at the end of the day, international communities this. You know how our president don't market our business. He don't also talk. Say people when they corrupt, I go deal with on decisively. I'm not go play with on. So all this marketing and all these things where they happen, what's in this one now? Tell.
So what if the government is the one that is corrupt? Who will not deal with them? No, who will not deal with them? Because somebody that is connected to Tinubu started this thing. Precious, as I talk to you now, nobody is talking about Tony Enumelu's petition in Zone 2. Nobody. And if you check very well, Zone 2 covers the whole of Southwest, including Ekiti. So how can you take a matter that is in Zone 2 and you take it to another smaller police station in Ekiti? It can never happen.
So if the person already get case was
if that's not corruption, how else could such a thing happen? From Zone 2, you now took a matter. As I'm talking to you, nobody is mentioning that Tony Elumelu petition in Zone 2. Nobody talking about it again. Because the whole thing was happening simultaneously. So that will tell you that it was orchestrated. So and if you check, both Tony Elumelu and Babalola, they are all friends with the government.
So Barrister Danielson, again, what does it mean to the image of Nigeria and Nigerians? Generally.
It's battered.
That is the image you don't pop inside.
I'm telling you, because investors will say, so this is the judiciary. What if I have a case with federal government of Nigeria or any Nigerian businessman when I'm doing business? So this is how they will judge it. No, that's the first thing, because immediately this thing happened, Dele's book went. In fact, it broke all sales permutations.
So that means the marketing wey our president dey waka the market fit dey in vain in this regard.
It's not to say he is already in vain because nobody is coming. They know already. Now you have now validated their fears. If they were, trying to be very, let us see whether it's true. You have now made it clear to them. The book have sold like wildfire.
So the labors of our present heroes may be in vain.
It's already in vain. So all that why I was telling you that nobody is marketing anything. In fact, before you can even be a chief marketer in any company, you must be clean. You must be clean. The person that is marketing, is he clean? Precious, is he clean? So that's
I suppose answer you.
Because the moment you start talking to anybody, they will just open their smartphone and mention your name, and your data will come out, and they'll be looking at it while you are telling them about coming to investment. They'll be looking at who is talking. That's the first thing now.
Thank you.
So why will anybody come? Have you seen why nobody is answering you?
Thank you.
You see, so the court has been messed up with Precious. Do you know that after that Supreme Court judgment last year, a lawyer burnt his wig and his gown? I'm telling you, a lawyer burnt his wig and his gown. At a point, the Dele said he had left the legal practice. He said it openly. He said he had left the legal because of. So right now, I am telling you, you don't know when a case is won and when a case is lost. You will see a very good case. Lawyer will do all the research, canvass everything. At the end of the day, what happens? Precious.
They will tell you because you don't bring enough evidence. You say cases are won out of evidence, not because of emotions.
The one where I think will be what happened to it?
It was too late.
It was too late.
Too late.
Somebody was jailed in Tunisia because of that. Is that not true? For forging certificate.
Yes.
A presidential candidate. He went to jail 6 months. They jailed him. But in Nigeria, it is. So when you see all this, it did not even start today, Precious. Do you know what happened during the 1979 election? Between Awolowo and Shagari. While the court were trying to find out the meaning of 12 to 3rd to know who actually won that election. Obasanjo was showing Shagari ran the Dambaras as a.
That means because we're in mind, they already done. They don't do the election.
Then the Graham Douglas now said they now rule in favor of Shagari, even when they have done nothing has been done about the 12 to 3rd though. Then 6 months later, do you know what Graham Douglas said? The reason for their decision.
So not be the votes decide again.
Not be decide.
And the personal decision.
Then
what is the essence of wasting money for votes?
The Graham Douglas of blessed memory, he said, how can they now rule against Obasanjo, who has already made it clear that Shagari has won? That means Nigeria will burn. That was what he said. That was why they, So it has been going on over the years. It's not today. And lawyers are representing these people in court. Precious, I was so shocked. During the last year presidential tribunal petition, a lawyer representing one of the clients said that, look, during their final written address, he said, look, it was shown paragraph by paragraph where he wrote it all over the media. That look, if this judgment do not go in favor of his client, Nigeria will burn, Nigeria will fall in, that to avoid anarchy, they should rule in favor of his client. Precious.
Mr. Darlington.
Precious. I said just yesterday, this one happened yesterday, and of course the rest is history.
All right.
Meanwhile, in the UK, a lawyer who wanted to compromise the UK judiciary when Justice Pius Olayiwola was being tried there, he was sent to jail with his client.
And they disbarred.
They remove his license. So you can see what this man said is an eye-opener. And I know that decent lawyers in Nigeria will support him.
Thank you, Barrister Darlington. Well, and I don't hear it be like say most stories go still unfold. Nigerians they say they will protest, they no go agree until because now injustice against Dele Farotimi. But we don't know how far Nigerians will come together to seek for true reform of our judicial system and to make sure say all these kind of yama things then they happen again, so that we feel really get justice, equity, and fairness, and our lady justice go really get day blind in carrying her justice.
Please, in fact, let me add this. Do you know where even Babalola now finishes himself? He now said that they should withdraw all the books
Like
all
the book Brex Congo viral.
No, she will do all the hard copy that has gone worldwide, and she will bring them. People like that say, so is the book all about you? The man is talking of the, corruption in the judiciary.
You're an example.
Yeah, so why does that be, you courts were mentioned, some judges were mentioned, so is it about you? You are not the only one, so why must you now say they should bring out the books for what? That was where he now, because you cannot tell me that it's all about you. The locus you are pursuing, you may not even have it.
Thank you, Barrister Dele.
They said Nigeria judicial system. Are you Nigeria? Are you Nigeria? That's the title of the book. So why must you not come to claim that it is only you that the book will hurt?
You know, so we get first son of Nigeria now, we get first daughter of Nigeria.
Well,
so maybe this one are the first
human
human of Nigeria or first judicial officer of Nigeria. Well, my people are not here. Kindly drop your comments on that, and of course, like we will continue to expose things like this. Make sure they understand so that I could know how I will use the defend on our rights, especially through on our votes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Barrister Dele.
Thank you, precious.
Thank you.